Hi there, this is Sags for Women brought to you courtesy of WrongThinkRadio.com. I'm sure by now most of you have heard the story about the woman who was attacked by the jaguar at the zoo, okay? For those of you that don't know, she was attacked because she went over the barrier to take a fucking selfie. Now, I could beat a dead horse here, but since I've already done a talk on how stupid it is to put your life in danger for a picture that no one gives a fuck about, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to talk about accountability because you see, the woman actually held herself accountable for the attack. She did. She released a statement yesterday saying that she was the one to blame. And I thought, holy shit, yes, a woman finally admitting that it was her fault. Now, of course, my happiness was short-lived because reading down a little further, she threw in the but. But, she said, I think the zoo should think about moving their fence back. The zoo does not need to move their fence back. It's already there, as is the barrier that you decided to cross over to take a photo. So no, you now do not get credit for holding yourself accountable. See, ladies, that's the problem. I can't give you credit, nor will a lot of people, for owning your shit if you do not solely, and I mean solely, own your shit. If you say, yes, I am to blame, but A, B, C, D, E, F, or G fucking contributed to it, in my opinion, you're not holding yourself accountable for your bad decisions. You're not. Let's talk about lessons learned too, because that seems to be a problem that women have, and that is the ability to learn from others' mistakes. Because you see, yesterday the woman also said, after she stated the zoo needed to move their fence back, that this isn't the first time this has happened, nor will it be the last. And why did she say that? Because last year, at the same zoo, the same cat in the same cage attacked a man for crossing the same barrier for the same reason, to take a selfie. Didn't stop her from crossing that barrier, did it? Of course it didn't. But she did it, and now she wants to, take responsibility, but to me, it's a half-assed attempt. I could end this talk right here, right now, just on that. But I stumbled upon something yesterday when I was going through these articles of the statement that she had released, and I want to share it with you guys because, as you know, I have a major problem with anti-male rhetoric. And I got to say this, it's not just anti-male rhetoric. I am starting to really have a big problem with this anti-white male rhetoric. And I, again, stumbled upon something that I wanted to share with you. Now, I will say this, was it meant to be funny? Of course it was. Was it meant to be a mock interview between the writer and the cat that attacked the white woman? Of course it was. But when you go online and you go on Facebook and you look at the comments under the article, all it is just a bunch of racist, white-hating garbage, okay? And it is. All they do is talk about how imperialistic and fucking evil we are and how we need to be destroyed and this, that, or the other. You can go look it up for yourselves. I'm not familiar with the root. I did go around and read a few of their articles, and I'm going to say I'm not going to bother familiarizing myself with them because, again, in my opinion, it's a bunch of anti-white bullshit. I do got to say something, though, about lessons learned. To the person who wrote this mock interview, there is a lesson to be learned here, and it's very simple, and I'm going to kind of touch on it, and maybe you guys will figure it out before I have to point it out, but I got to say it because I thought it was kind of funny. The interview starts out and it goes right out the gate into anti-white hatred, okay? Talking about how the evil, imperialistic white male came and took this cat out of the wild, because it's from the cat's perspective, again, it's a mock interview, how she was taken from her family by the evil white man to be enslaved by the white man for the entertainment of white men, because only white people go to the fucking zoo. Give me a break. Now, it goes on and on and on and on. And again, I'm not going to read the whole thing in its entirety. You can look it up yourself. But there was one part that I came across that I thought was really fucking funny. So I had to point it out to you guys. So in the article, or the interview, I should say, the interviewer is obviously talking to this cat because it's from the cat's perspective. And the question goes as follows. So when you saw the woman, what was the first thing you thought? And of course, the cat says, I feared for my life. You have to understand the environment I grew up in. I'm from the west side of Wakanda, so I was raised to defend my borders from Caucasians. Then it goes on how the cat was literally born into the Black Panther Party for self-defense, and how the cat sits at the zoo and talks to the lions and the tigers about how dangerous it is and the terrible things that happen if white people get too close. Now, The cat's from the west side of Wakanda, is she? All right. I've never seen the Black Panther movie. In fact, I've never seen any Marvel movie. Now, I know a lot of you guys like the Marvel movies. That's fine. That's fine. A lot of people like the Marvel movies. I do not, and I don't watch them. Just not my bag. And since I've never seen the Black Panther, I thought, you know what, it's not okay for me to just assume that Wakanda is in Africa. So I Googled it, and of course, Wakanda naturally would be in Africa, right? That is, if it actually were a place. There is something I do know, though, that I didn't have to Google, and it may have saved this person a little bit of embarrassment if they would have Googled it instead of hating on white people. That's what they call them, by the way. It's not white people, it's white people. If they would have taken the time to Google this, again, save the embarrassment. You see, Wakanda is not a place, and it's not in Africa, but there's something else that's not in Africa either. And that's fucking Jaguars, okay? Jaguars are from the Americas. They're from the Americas. So this whole line of this entire fucking mock interview about how the evil white people took this cat from the wild and this cat's from Wakanda, well, that doesn't work because this was a fucking jaguar, people. This was a jaguar. I don't know why. I guess you get too busy just hating on the white people to look up where the cat's from. So again, that's kind of off topic. It's not off topic because we're still talking about the cat, but I just want to throw that out there. I'm sick of the anti-male rhetoric, but this anti-white male stuff, yeah, it's getting a little too far for me. That's all I got to say. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends. If you want more hard-hitting content from the right side of things, check out wrongthinkradio.com. I'm Sag Novotny, and this is my war on women.